Hi, you're watching Georgia Alert. I'm Becca, and today I'm with Marika and Tini. We're going to be talking about Georgian news, the recent events that have been unfolding in Georgia recently. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for inviting us.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for having us here.
We will start with the highlight of the week. During this week, it has been a hot week for Georgia. The Russian law has been adopted. The presidential veto on the Russian law was overridden on May 28th. President Zurabishvili offered all opposition parties to sign the Georgian Charter that she just presented on the Independence Day on 26th of May. It is essentially a pledge to launch fundamental reforms to adapt to the requirements of EU membership, including but not limited to fundamental overhaul of the judiciary and police system, to repel all undemocratic laws, including the Russian law, the Georgian agents law. Also, it is a pledge to hold snap elections as soon as the main reforms are launched, so that the public can choose and vote for the parties under normal circumstances without terror. Also, it has included an implication that the cabinet, the government members should be appointed by the president herself. The Georgian Charter basically is a roadmap on what to do next and a key process in putting Georgia back within the constitutional frame. The ceremony of signing of the charter by the pro-Western parties of Georgia has happened today. Initially, there were 9 opposition parties who agreed to sign the document, but today 16 opposition parties have successfully signed this document, and Georgian President Salome Zurabishvili called for full mobilization of Georgians living abroad for the October parliamentary elections, a crucial vote that she recently dubbed a referendum on the country's future. So Georgians are preparing for the October 26th elections, and this has been the main event this week in Georgia.
I think all of us Georgians really didn't believe in our president, Zurabishvili, before the Russian law thing started. And now she is the only one in this whole opposition who is like the leader of our pro-Western values. So I believe that this was a huge step, and I see that presidential institution really works for the first time in Georgian history. And I believe that this was a very good step for other opposition parties, because in Georgian opposition it's very hard for opposition members to somehow like have an agreement or like whatever, even for one topic to have some kind of agreement. So when Zurabishvili plays a role in it, now other opposition members, they automatically become part of this union, which is not like union, but they have some kind of understanding what they are gonna do together in the next parliament. So I think that it's very important for Georgian opposition parties, and I think Salome Zurabishvili is doing a very good job in this point. However, like, it was very sad that 2 of the not major parties, but we believe that they were Western parties, they haven't signed the charter yet, and I don't think they're gonna sign it. It is Kakharia and Girchi, which is in the parliament for now. So I think that it was a very good step for Georgian oppositions, and now they will have some kind of understanding what they're agreeing on and what they're disagreeing on. Since this charter is based on EU candidate status and 16? No, I mean like 9
yes,
points that were given by EU. These all of those things are included in Georgian Charter. So I think it's very important for Georgian opposition to start working from this charter. This is like very base thing. What will happen next year? I think that the most important thing here is also that it's what she introduced, it's not just like for everything. She said that it will happen for 1 year because we know that we're in a very bad political situation, and after that, every political party will have their own choice or whatever they want to promote for the elections, and we'll have another elections after this charter, and that is very good for me.
Yes, this charter serves as a tool to depolarize and de-escalate the situation, the political situation that has been going on for this couple of weeks. How do you see our President, Madam President's Georgian Charter and the response of the opposition? The overwhelming majority has signed this charter already today. So
I actually didn't know that we had 16 parties, like 16 parties who are like pro-Western and they're vocal about their pro-Western values, and that's good.
Yes, as Tini said, I have been quite a big critic of the president, and I didn't expect her to step up the way she did, and I'm extremely grateful that she's on the right side of the history at the right time. And in a way, we are very lucky to have her, because there could have been someone else in her position right now. And first, she cornered the government, the Georgian dream, with the veto that she put on the law, because she could have put the veto with some comments, which would have enabled the Georgian dream to amend the law and to like trick the population and trick Western partners into like thinking that they still have some democratic credentials or something. But she really made the Georgian dream either backtrack or go fully hardcore and face all the consequences alone themselves. And then it seems like she also cornered the opposition because yes, of course, I believe that the vast majority of opposition has like thinks about the country and the country's interests, but still it was hard for the opposition to to sit down together and to agree on everything, on every individual point, because all of them are equals. And suddenly the president gives them the platform that is given in a way from above. And she is an umbrella, and her involvement facilitates the dialogue between the opposition easier and faster, and we don't have any time to lose. So I'm not necessarily saying that the opposition wouldn't have come to agreement without the charter, but definitely wouldn't have been as easy and fast. So this saves us precious time, and who knows, maybe it's even more vital than we imagine now. So I think soon, like maybe years later, we will understand the real value of this charter. Yes, and it's also important to understand how the Georgian population saw this charter, because everyone around me was so happy, and the people who are usually apolitical and beyond politics, and those who are known as middle people in the Georgian, like middle ground, so neither necessarily hardcore opposition nor GD, they were the ones very happy about the charter, and they saw it as a roadmap and as a way out, and they were very hopeful when it was announced, which means that it has a huge resonance in the population, and it is in a way seen as a test by the population. Whoever signs it, they can be trusted, more or less, and whoever does not sign it, there are even more questions towards them. So I don't know why Girchi and Gaharias for Georgia party would do it to themselves in the first place, that they wouldn't sign it. So I suppose we will also have answers to that in a few years' time.
Thank you, Marika. Thank you, Tini. We are certainly watching a rare historic event unfold in Georgian reality, where President is playing her role to de-escalate the situation between the opposed parties, the majority, the minority, the opposition, the people, and this might be a very important key moment in Georgian history, where we need this de-escalation of politics at the moment. And also this has been a major point in the EU recommendation that we should de-escalate the situation and put everything back into the constitutional frame. She is the last elected president of Georgia. After this, by the current constitution, the president will appoint the new president, the parliament will appoint the new president, but she has, in the end, pulled through for Georgians, I think, and let's see how this Georgian Charter will move forward from this time on.
She definitely won lots of people's hearts for the
Yes.
last couple of months, so that's very good.
And most of the parties, as you mentioned, they are opposed to each other. They could not speak to each other before these events, and now they're in a room together. They're signing one document. So this could be a beginning of something new and great for Georgia. And let's see, 16 opposition members, 16 parties. It's the majority of Georgian politics. So when they agree on something, it's worth to pass this message along to the international community, and we are glad to speak about this news.
Yeah. And even though there is one of the most important thing from this charter is that she does not. She didn't want any kind of election unity. It was just based on the ideas and ideologies and what we are going to do next. So that was most effective form from her. That now opposition members have some kind of basic steps. They know what they're gonna do. So it's very good that she didn't say that you guys need to be together, you guys need to be it's up to you, whatever
Yes.
you are gonna do. And now for opposition parties, it's even easier what we're talking about. It's even easier that now they know with whom they can have some kind of unity with, because if they didn't sign the Georgian Charter, they're we know that we don't need to talk to them because they don't agree on these basic values that we want.
Yeah, and also the principles inside, which is about reforms, and then about snap elections, which is backed by the population, because the population understands that these elections are not normal elections. It's elections under terror, and parties will not be represented normally, and we need elections soon after fast, because anyone elected now, it's hard for them to have a 4-year-long mandate because, it's not normal elections, and the parliament elected will not be fully representative. So when Tini mentioned that it's good that the president didn't put the technical unity and didn't go into details of the opposition's work and homework, it's, yes, in a way good, because now it's really hard to refuse to sign the charter. And the principles there are so basic and so easy and backed by entire population that when you do refuse to sign it, it does many questions emerge because of it, and you cannot justify it by saying that you do not want to stand together with UNM because it's a losing strategy or something similar. It's very basic, and thus not agreeing on it.
Sure.
It's yes.
The heart of this Georgian Charter is that we agree that we want to move towards West and also to repel this Russian law, this foreign agents law, and everybody agrees around this. Other points might be debatable, but this is the heart of this document.